Hey folks, this is actually the third try at trying to record this uh, little film. Hopefully this one will work. Briefly, I want to describe what we talked about last night and the segue into the online discussion and in the future. Last night we talked about an introduction to statistics, and I strongly encourage you to do two things. First of all, read the syllabus very reflectively, especially the terms and concepts, and also the sequence of the steps I laid out for where statistics fits in to the overall research process. We talked a little bit in our roundtable discussion, actually rectangular table discussion, about, for example, the levels of measurement, the nominal, the ordinal, the interval, the ratio. And as I said, that will become more clear when we get into statistical tests and the levels of data. We also were able to look at my data file a little bit. And so again, I encourage you to please download that VMware, try it out, get to the Robert Morris site, and if you have any problems or issues, please contact the Robert Morris Help Desk, and please remember to bring your laptops the next time we meet. So for this coming week, when we talk about chapters 2 and 3, frequency distributions and measures of central tendency, and as you work through the learning checks and don't peek at the answers, remember we're talking about the first type of statistics, which is descriptive. And the purpose of descriptive statistics is, you guessed it, to describe, to summarize, to simplify. It's the fundamental, most important step, the first step that we need to do with numerical data that we collect. Forget about all the fancy stuff you might hear about. That is the first step, to simplify and organize what we collect. Frequency distributions basically simplify data by showing us the frequency of occurrence of different values, for example, of test scores. We move into the next chapter, chapter 3, we're trying to find the center point. Where do all these numbers converge? Again, the human mind is fantastic, but we need to simplify so that we have something that we can use to describe this distribution of scores. The mean, the median, the mode, the 3 M's are basically the 3 measures that we use, and they are described in that chapter. Now, when we do move to the following chapter, chapter 4, which talks about variability, you will see that while frequency distributions, measures of central tendency are important, it's equally important to have a measure to see how spread out scores are. And that's what variability is about. A little maxim is no measure of central tendency without a corresponding measure of variability. And we will see that married or coupled to the concept of the mean, which is the most used and most important measure of central tendency in statistics, is something that we call the variance or standard deviation that we'll talk about in the next chapter. So I look forward to seeing your posts on Blackboard. If you have any questions, please post those to Blackboard. And also, of course, always feel free to contact me directly if need be. Okay? So I look forward to your posts, and have a good Labor Day, and I will see you soon.